Alright, so you guys want to get started?
Oh, man.
I'm down.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, Bradley, tell us what happened.
You know, this was, it was, you know,
No one's rolled the dice yet.
maybe 6 days ago. I know that was a really long time ago, so
Yeah.
I apologize.
And I mean, it wasn't an action-packed episode, so it's not too hard to remember all that happened.
That is true.
We did have Mr. Timothy with us, at least.
JC, you have the con.
Really? All I did was explore the ruins. Contemplation that. Oh god. Dark Souls 3 watching me and the music so loud. Okay.
Yeah, so we explored this mausoleum. You guys found some items. A couple of you were injured by traps. Do you remember what you found?
Found a cave.
We found, yes.
Found
Oh.
a key.
I think
And
we
I
have
got a
to
lot of booby traps.
Found whatever that paper is on top of that sarcophagus there.
So that paper,
Like a ledger.
yes, it was a ledger.
No.
It was like an
Yes, that's
inventory of all the treasure that is in this mausoleum.
Ow.
I did steal a ledger
Yep.
in a secret room.
And I think Caleb also found a genealogy of the Atreides family.
Yes,
Well, that was a
is what,
ledger.
that is what Caleb found.
Also, might have swiped me a piece of treasure that I liked, but no one knows that.
Yes, you stole some cursed treasure that will haunt you for the rest of your life.
What? No way.
Let me see if there was anything else. I think that was mostly it. I mean, you did find this thing down here that you didn't examine too closely, but you are trying to find a way out. And there was a stone altar. The stone altar had a message.
Oh my god.
Phone call.
Oh yeah, perfect
Yeah.
time.
Are you on the phone, Caleb?
Not anymore.
Okay. All right. So there's this stone altar down here by this grid on the ground, and there are the three lights, which I don't know if you actually inspected them. You would have noticed that they are sort of goblet shaped, and they're filled with a luminescent liquid, and there are four corners, but there are only three goblets. And Mitalaro recognized that from this room up here, there's a door with a similar yellow light coming under the doorway, under the door sill. So that's kind of where we left it. You found the key, the three of you reconvened, and I think that you were going to formulate a plan of attack.
Well,
The plan is attack.
yeah. I mean, we all reconvened and said, okay, we found the key. We decided not to take any treasure because we, A, were rich, and B, it was sketchy.
Okay.
Because it's a mausoleum, and there's no dead bodies.
Yes, that was also something that Norska discovered.
Also, is that blue orb, how long has that been there?
Which one?
It's been there since the first session we were in here.
This one?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's been there the whole time.
Didn't we already touch it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
locked us in, but also kept that other door open.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're near the front door. Okay.
Excuse me?
And Ben was wondering why it took so long to explore the mausoleum after he thoroughly booby-trapped it.
Not that many booby traps. But, no, I understand. And, I mean, it was fun. We had fun.
Oh
Exploring.
yeah. And like, it was, some of them were obvious, like, oh, it's a big open room with nothing in it. Here's a rock. Let's see how slowly I would have been killed.
Well, if you had this much treasure in a place, you would probably booby trap it too.
True. But, let's see, how much money does my character have? He has
Not enough.
almost 20 grand, or almost 15 grand.
Don't 50? How would you spend all your
15.
money? Yeah, but I have like 50.
How much money do I
Technically,
have?
it's 14,345. Or it's a little over 14 grand, technically.
About 116,000 gold.
What?
What?
How do you have that much gold?
I don't know. That's just how much I have.
Yeah, I'm not buying that for a second.
I don't spend that much.
Neither do I,
Wow.
and yet.
I only have about 149,000, I think.
Well, Bradley just said 116.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What do I?
I have 149,000.
Yeah, so Caleb, I think you just forgot one time when I gave you guys a lot of money.
I did.
You just forgot to actually put it in.
I'll just put an extra 0.
Alright.
Visual.
I mean,
So you're gonna give yourself 500,000 gold?
No, that's because there was already an extra 0 I didn't see.
Oh yeah, it's too
Oh,
big
I have
to
a-
fit in the
I have a lot more than that. Moving on. So, what is the plan of attack? And I also realized I forgot to talk to Ben about fixing my character because for some odd reason I have 2 of the same spell.
Spike growth.
I have 2 of those. I shouldn't, obviously not.
Yeah, I mean, you can change that.
Will you character mancer?
You don't have to use a character mancer, so just go to. I mean, if you know
Okay.
what spell you want that to be, if you have enough spell slots, which I guess you do, you have 3.
I just need to change a regular level 3 spell.
Yeah, so you just go to whichever spike growth you want to change, hover over it. There's the eye. You press the eye,
Change it. Oh,
and
man,
then it drops down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just need to know what spell that you want to switch it out for.
Let's see. SRD. Are you level 2? Already have that. Already a dark vision. What is silence? And maybe I'll just do for shits and giggles find traps. Silence. What? Lesser restoration. Just cure disease or debuffs.
So, what was wrong with your grandmother's headphones?
She didn't turn them on.
That'll do it.
That will do it. That will do it.
I guess I'll take Animal Messenger.
Probably have to do it again tomorrow.
Is she staying with you for now?
No, she was like 5 minutes walk away.
Oh dear lord.
Or that was probably loud.
That was.
Yeah, that just distorted your microphone and also made my ears bleed.
I don't think I even have ears anymore.
This would be a good time to tell you guys that I'm recording this.
Oh, are you? You
Oh.
uploaded to YouTube?
Oh.
I don't know if I'll upload it to YouTube, but just for posterity, I've decided to start recording.
Okay.
Works for me.
Recording without your permission. I've actually been doing it the whole time. I have all your personal secret stories.
Alright.
No, this was the first time I've ever tried it. I've thought about doing it before. this way, if I forget something, I can just go back and watch the video. My phone keeps buzzing. All right, have you made your mind up, Caleb?
Yeah, I'm just typing it in.
All right.
I'm just finding a copy of
Control
these.
C, Control V.
I once took a class in high school called Sci-Viz. I believe it was my freshman year of high school. I don't think they even ever really told us what it stood for. Maybe. I'd have to try to find the syllabus. But I would assume scientific visuals, but that doesn't really make any sense because it was just a computer science class. The guy who taught it had maybe gone to school for computer science, but in like 1965.
Oof.
And was incredibly out of touch with everything. I felt kind of bad for him. I think I don't know, I can't remember his name anymore. Oh well. Oh, and I forgot to.
There.
Animal messenger.
I can literally just invented instant messaging or email.
Sick.
Alright, so we met up. We said, okay, we now have the key to get to the door next to the two suspiciously sketched out statues. Why am I upside down?
Well, now.
No, you're not. Congratulations.
There. Alright, so before Bradley passes out, let's get this going.
And I'll probably be up to like 4 tonight, so meh.
Unless there's anything we missed in the updates.
In the recap? No, I don't think so.
Alrighty.
I think we finished the recap.
I'm sorry, you guys forgot about the most critical thing
Why
that
can't I
happened
not
last
hear
session.
it, Ben?
What is that?
Can't hear anybody.
JC can't hear anybody.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I was saying you guys forgot about the most critical thing you found last session.
The genealogy book?
No. The scented candles.
We have plenty in our pockets.
I cannot believe those scented candles saved you. They
Yeah.
saved your lives. Alright, so, well, you have a door with a keyhole and you have the key. So I think that's your first, going to be your plan of action.
Sounds like
there.
a logical place to go.
Alrighty.
Excuse me?
Alright.
Oh, yeah, so you've already traveled through this
Yes, we
area. It's already
already-
been explored, so you don't have anything to worry about
Yeah,
here.
I'm the one who found the door. So.
Nothing to worry about except these statues.
Oh yeah, I am. If need be, I can cast a little booby trap for him if he's worried.
Cyrus, why are you upside down?
Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah.
Giant
Oh,
Cyrus. Oh, yeah, I remember that Cyrus is actually a woman.
Yeah.
His character model's a girl.
I think it took us. I think I was the one who noticed it, and it took like over a year.
Oh, yeah.
I never looked. I couldn't tell you. All right.
All right, so
Yeah,
the
Brad.
three of you are confronted with the same scene that Mitolaro saw last session when he was last in here, which in game was probably just 10 or 15 minutes ago.
Weren't we all in here at some point?
No, I don't believe so.
I thought we were. 'Cause I went and checked out the door.
I think we did. We came up here to try, like, all right, we're about to breach, and we realized, wait a minute, there's no way to get in.
Yeah.
Maybe that is what happened. I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure I was the one that inspected the door.
And then we re-split up.
Yeah.
All right, I apologize. Anyway, nothing has changed. It's a very dark room. There is light emanating from the bottom of this door. That's pretty much all you can see, other than these two statues, which have not moved an inch, as far as you can tell.
Okay, so
I say we give the key a try.
okay. I think JC found the key.
Okay. Brain.
Well, you guys left the key all the way in the other room, so you're gonna have to go back and get it.
I'm not so sure that's true.
No, that's
I
not
mean,
true.
it's right here.
We can't move the key.
I can't.
You didn't
move
give
it.
us permission.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Go. Thanks,
Also,
man.
has this square always been red?
What are you talking about?
Where?
This red square down here, the ritual table.
Yeah.
Yes, that's always been red.
That's been
Wow,
there.
I must have been really tired then.
Yeah.
Christ, dude.
Jeez, bro.
I thought it was
Should
like
you have a
gray.
drink? My dude.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
no,
Live session.
actually, I just had for last week. Yes.
Yes, that's the answer to the
Yes.
question.
So, cool.
Cool.
That's it. Last week I was on vacation, so yeah, I had a lot to drink.
Sorry, while I open the door.
All right, you open the door with the key.
Yes, I do open the door.
Put the key in the door.
No, we open it without the key, even though we have it.
All right, so roll a dexterity save, please, Cyrus.
Uh-oh.
Good thing I have like 21 days.
You say as you fail.
Almost rolled strength.
Hey.
Nice dude.
All right.
Doesn't bring a backflip out of the way.
So possibly because of your natural nimble edge, or possibly because you saw the exact same thing happen when you first entered, perhaps you were prepared when the key started to retract in the door, and you were able to grab it just before the door consumed the key. So you were able to hold on to it, but the door has opened. So for whatever it's worth, you don't know if it's worth anything. You don't know if this key opens anything else, but you have managed to hold on to it in case you need it again.
We might need it to get out.
Who knows?
All right, and let me reveal this area.
Ooh, hello.
All right, so in front of you is a small room. This one's a little bit better lit, or a little bit better lighted, I should say, than the other rooms, although it seems fairly disused. Most of the tables are covered in dust. There are a few that aren't covered in as much dust. This main station here, and the table over in the corner seem to have been used at least somewhat recently. But the rest of the room is caked in dust, and it smells musty. There are old books. It really just seems something that's just been tucked away in this place as an afterthought. That's what it feels like. On this first workstation in here, you do see a goblet, and it is emanating a very faint glow. It's much fainter than the other three that are down at the grid, the red grid you saw at the base of the
Alright,
mausoleum.
Alright, I'm going to cautiously move in and examine this desk.
So that desk, and actually not just that desk, but almost the entire room is covered in red vials. Or the vials aren't red; they're clear, but they're vials that are filled with red liquid, and they range from a bright, vibrant red to a dark burgundy wine red, and most of them are labeled with small scribbles. A few of them are unlabeled.
What does the scribble say? Like, can I make them out?
Some of them you can make out. They are in common. The ones that you can make out, I mean, and they are names for the most part. There are a few generic. There is human, there's elf, there's orc, there's dwarf, there's halfling, but there's also elderflower. There's also Duncan, Idaho, and roll a perception check. Or investigation, actually, not perception. Roll investigation.
But I'm better in perception. I got nothing in investigation.
Too bad. The DM has spoken.
Alright. Me dum-dum.
That's a big oof.
Investigation's not my thing.
Ouch.
I made intelligence by dump stat.
So, scanning...
Just like in real life. Got him!
So those are all the names that stick out to you right now. I mean, there are hundreds of bottles for you to examine if you wish. But just initially, that's all that you see. Those are all the names that stick out to you.
No, but I think I might have a general idea what's going on. But I'll signal the others to come in and ask them to examine the vials real quick while I also read these papers.
Sure. I think I have.
Because I have a working theory.
1 into. Yeah.
I was gonna say, do not touch that goblet yet.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of good, I guess.
All right, Norska, do you want to roll investigation also?
Might as well. Where is investigation? There you are.
Big oof.
Oh yeah, it's big brain time.
JC, did you see anything that sticks out?
One. So it was Mitolaro who found the genealogy, right?
I believe
It
so.
was.
Okay, so I roll investigation again because you've seen the genealogy. So I'm effectively giving you advantage.
And I did say, yeah, and I did tell JC that I would reveal it to the party. I can physically say it though.
Yeah, well, he's letting you roll again, dude.
I know. I'm just speaking. Alright, so I got a 10.
10, and then I'm giving you a modifier because you're the one who found the genealogy. Actually, you don't notice it when you first are looking at the vials. It's something that's just in the corner of your eye. But as you turn away and the other two members of the party start investigating and looking, just something creeps in the back of your mind and you think, oh, wait, did I? And it prompts you to turn your head back at the vials, and you see stashed away in the corner of this first desk you looked at, there is a bottle that says Atreides. Actually, it says Atreides in a very, very small corner. The main label is Samzona.
Well, you broke up there. Some Zona?
The main label is Samzona, and then much below it.
We don't know our boss's given name, do we?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Below it in subscript, teeny tiny subscript, is Atreides, which is why it didn't stick out to you in the first place. But Samzona is a name that you recall reading from the genealogy.
In what
When we
year?
find out the Duke's actually a dragon.
No, but I have a feeling these are either phylacteries for either a lich, or they are phylacteries for, like, Dragon Age. It's just so everyone can keep an eye on each other.
Huh.
I think
Full
we're
disclosure,
in-
I have never beaten Dragon Age.
I've never
you
played
played?
Dragon Age.
You never played the mage storyline?
Yeah,
I
was
played
going
the first level of the mage storyline.
Well, yeah, then by all rights, you should know what a phylactery is.
Hi, Caleb.
Hi, well,
I know what a phylactery is because of D&D, but I mean, I also know.
okay, point is like the phylacteries in Dragon Age are.
I know what it is in
basically-
Dragon Age.
I'm about to tell you.
I know what it is in Dragon Age.
He knows.
Oh,
I have played that.
then in that case, I'll also inform Bradley. Basically, it's like an ankle monitor. If a mage decides to leave a tower, the Templars can use the blood in order to track him down. And either say, "Hey, buddy, get back to the tower," or. So what
Sounds
did
like
the
probably not what this is.
No, so I'm thinking maybe a phylactery for something else or blood magic. I'm not a caster. So
Telling
what
you.
do what do the
Let's
Let's
papers?
say we try it and find out.
I know I was going to say, what do these papers in front of me say, Ben?
Unfortunately, you cannot read those papers.
Can I read
Do I
those
recognize the language?
You do recognize that they are mostly in Draconic. There are a few other languages that you don't recognize whatsoever that are interspersed in there, but the majority is in Draconic.
All right, I'm just going to signal the others to say that most of it is, and I'll signal Norse code that a lot of this paper is in Draconic, and I'll signal to Cyrus that there's a few other languages I don't recognize.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that Cyrus will not
I
recognize
am
these
the
other languages
linguist here.
either.
Okay, in that case, Norse code, do your thing. Read it, boy.
What languages are you able to read, Norsko, real quick?
Let me see. Common Draconic, Abyssal,
Okay.
Dwarven, and Supernal.
So there, amongst the Draconic, there is also some Abyssal.
Ooh.
And there is one other language that you do not understand, or you're not even sure if it is a language. Maybe it's just a cipher. It's just a sequence of symbols. There are a few pages of a sequence of symbols that you can't quite comprehend, no matter how hard you try. Every time you look at them, it seems like they're different. But what you can understand in the Draconic and the Abyssal is a sequence of dates and of names and of events. And the most recent is within this same year that you're currently in, which is 1484. And the date is earlier during the year. And now you're in, let's say, the last few months of the year. And JC just took his headphones off, so I'm going to pause. Because I don't want to...
Yeah, Ben, if it helps,
Fair.
my character speaks Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Orcish. I don't know if it'll help, but I realized that you forgot what Bradley spoke, so there you go.
Thank you. Oh.
Alright, so...
I'm gonna watch Jake stream in the meantime.
Lol.
Yeah.
Get Jake out of here. He's not even in my game anymore. What happened to Meglin?
No one knows, but he more or less destroyed an environment,
He phase
throwing the
walked.
food chain into decades of chaos.
He phase walked into another dimension.
Probably.
Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe. Possibly back into his own.
I'm sort of glad Meglin himself isn't here. The dude was hard to work with.
He was interesting. He added a certain dynamic to the party.
I guess he kind of knew how to have fun.
You know what they say about girls? They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
He could have at least said that he was going to leave.
Alright. What were you saying? Like, he just couldn't think with his head. He was thinking with his other head.
Huh?
Okay.
Who is this dog? Get this dog out of here!
Didn't JC show a picture of a dog? Did he get a new dog?
I think this is his brother's dog.
I think it's his brother's other dog.
Oh yeah, he did say he was taking care of him.
His brother's other mother's dog.
Yeah.
His father's brother's
Other
cousin's
brother, mother.
former roommate.
His brother from another mother's brother's dog.
Okay.
I can't hear you, Jesse.
Hello.
Say something.
White.
There you go.
Hey, he's back.
Okay. So as I was saying just before JC left, the most recent entry, which is from months ago, at the beginning of this year, is just a date and a small notation saying Grandmaster. And then before that is just, it's a sequence of dates and small notes, most of which have no meaning to you whatsoever. There is a oh well, no. Well, there is another date and another name that does stick out to you, and it's from about a year before, and it's just the date midway through
Like last
1483, and the only note there is Tyrus Water Mage.
Water mage. That's what you said?
Yes, Tyrus Water Mage.
Okay. So, I think we just found the Illuminati's playbook. That, or we're in Alex Jones' basement.
Did you hear what I said, JC?
Yeah.
What
He's got-
did I say?
Tyrus Water Mage.
Okay,
Second.
just making sure.
I have several ideas. One is either the water mage was sent to clean up Tyrus. That we were asked to put devices down to monitor the weather in order to figure out best how to get rid of it. Only we killed killed a water beast.
A water elemental, yes.
Yes, a water elemental which is summoned by people. Holy shit. I just put two and two together. A water mage was sent that elemental to us because we were getting too close. Or something. The Duke, we were sent over there from the Duke, or for the Duke, right? Or was it the Emperor?
For the Duke, yes.
Yeah.
For the Duke, and I think we're inadvertently interfering with the Ravenscale's plans. And we are just tools used by the Duke. Because the Duke sent us over there to get rid of the storm. And
I
I'm
mean, he
willing
does
to bet,
best.
and I'm willing to bet that this water mage probably found out that we were on to him, and he sent a giant elemental to kill us. And obviously that didn't work. Because the weather cleared up and he disappeared. Maybe. Anyway, whatever happened to that cult leader we ran into right before we ran?
So the cult leader from the temple.
No, from Tyres. We were about to leave the city, and then maybe we wanted to start some shit with a local cult leader who said, "You must worship the dragons. He gives us all power."
Hmm.
And then Megwin tried to set him on fire, but the mage is like, see, I told you, he protected me from this flame. I don't expect you to remember. This happened like a year ago. Real time.
I do actually remember it now that you mentioned. I will admit that before I'd forgotten about that, but I'm sure it's in my notes somewhere. But you have not had, the three of you have not had really any contact with Cyrus, with Tyrus. Since you've left, you haven't visited there, you haven't been there. Even if you had been there, you definitely wouldn't have been to the Bilge lands in the Undercity, which is where that cult leader was. Really, the only information you've had about it was that news briefing you read immediately upon your return to Rel Astra.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up. The Grand Master. When is it? At the beginning of the year?
Yes.
And is there a day next, or is it just like January Grand Master?
It's just a month.
All right. So when were we put on this? When did we find out that the previous or warned about the Grand Master originally? Was it like January, February?
It was a few months after this date. This world doesn't use the Roman calendar. They have their own calendar system. But it would be, the date is in the book is the first month. And when you first learned about the Grand Master was a few months later.
All right, so refresh my memory. Were we sent to investigate because the previous Grand Master got murdered? Or were we asked to find the Grand Master because he was probably a serial killer?
So the Grand Master storyline, what prompted it was the Grand Master was a serial killer that had been established, and he was killing very high-profile figures.
Who just so happened to be a part of the Raven scam.
Yes, that was something that you figured out over the course of your investigation. That wasn't something that was originally revealed to you. That was something that you found out from some books that you'd recovered from one of the first victims' private library that was written entirely in Draconic. And that is how you figured out why the Emperor who asked you to undertake the investigation had a personal interest in it, because you found his name in that book. His name among hundreds of others. And you don't know if it was a catalog of members or what, but you just know that he has some sort of relationship with the Raven Scales. But the Grand Master ended up being the personal servant of Baron Elderflower, who was a member of the Raven Scales. Maybe he still is. You don't know. You never learned what happened to him after the fire at his estate.
I never liked him, so I don't care. All I know is that he drank someone and then just plopped right there in front of us.
He did.
And let me think.
Anyway, his manservant had been following him and attending to him, and he had learned about some of these people and had been using his position to kill off these people who he thought were villains, essentially. He thought he was doing a public service.
It's all about perspective when it comes to the Illuminati. Let me think. Is there anything else? Does it just say Grandmaster, or is it anything else to go with it?
Just as Grandmaster.
Alright, I'm starting to think that these are either schedules where events are put in motion, or it's report. But I don't know for certain. Because I'm not smart. I didn't go to school.
That's
How
number
much
9.
longer on the peppers?
JC, your mom is behind you.
Bradley, what do you think? I need a second opinion on this.
I don't really have an opinion, honestly. It's kind of all going over my head.
Basically, we either found out. I'm starting to think this is either like a schedule where, okay, on this day we're going to do this, or we're going to set this into motion, or it's a on this day we learned about this incident, this is what caused it. Or we found this person was connected to this major event. Like, Ben, how long had the storms been going on before we got there?
A few months.
Okay, I'm starting to think these are notes on. So knowing this, I think it's notes on like on this day, this person, or they put this the title or this person as like a mental note, so that way whoever knows what's going on can look at it and go, oh, okay, on this day this came up on our radar. So I'm starting to think that this is basically notes on events. Like, before we got, it says right here that a water mage was in Tyrus, and then shortly after the storm started, and we were sent in a few months later. Is there anything else that says after the Tyrus water mage? Like, anything about cleanup or anything else, or is it just all blank?
There's nothing else about Tyrus after that entry. And there are a few entries between that and the Grandmaster entry, which is the most recent. But they're meaningless to you. They're just random names or locations.
Ugh, alright, so my working theory is this is more or less a ledger of key event where on this day we learned about the Grandmaster murders, and on this day we learned about the Tyrus Water Mage, and we weren't told anything about a mage, so we were probably purposely kept in the dark until, except for the Grandmaster, be it accidentally we found out or we needed to find out. That is my working theory, because I got nothing.
It's definitely a possibility, and that's out of character. That's some solid reasoning.
I watch X-Files.
Okay, Scully. Alright, so you still have this mystery of the goblet that's sitting on this first workstation. And as I said, it is emanating a faint glow, but it's very dim. There isn't anything in it.
Yes, I'm starting to think that we just need to move this to the creepy little square down there. But I have a feeling that when we move it, things are going to move real fast. Like that statue. So yeah, when everyone's ready, I say I'm gonna grab these papers and shove them in my pack. This is way too important to keep lying around. And I will signal the party that when they are ready, we grab the goblet and slowly make our way back to the ritual table. Brad, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
I am ready for Freddy.
Who wants to hold it?
I will hold it.
You do realize if that thing gets smashed, we're probably locked in here forever.
Meh. I mean, we got this. Probably.
Well, true. The only thing that we're aware of are two giant stone statues, and well, I just realized, do any of us have anything to deal with stone? Let's see. I have
a big sword.
Yeah, well, what about us?
I have a big sword.
Okay, so I vote Cyrus takes it, and either he can sneak on past them, and we'll follow behind, or we all move as one.
Mm.
I need
Oh.
second opinions, people. Don't make me leave all the decisions. I'm a terrible leader.
All right. Well, you take it. I can try and sneak past. Are we sneaking past? We're suspicious of these statues, correct?
Maybe.
Don't think we can sneak past these people.
It's
We
worth
can
a try.
All right, we all are. We how long have we been in here, Ben?
5 or 10 minutes in this specific
No, like
room.
in this crypt.
In this crypt, the better part of an hour.
All right, so
Spells.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace on all three of us. We now have +10 to stealth.
Oh yeah.
So
If we
Does
have
any-
30,
everyone make a stealth roll. JC got 34. I got 31. What does Bradley get?
Alright. We roll in stealth then?
Yes, you get whatever you get. Add 10.
Stealth boy.
21.
21.
All right.
All right,
We
so
all
who
move
is
as one.
carrying the goblet?
I think JC said he'd carry
I'll
it.
take it. Yeah.
All right, and you're just going to attempt to return back down to the red square, the red grid.
Slowly but surely, yes.
Believe that's the plan.
All right.
I might cover the goblet with like my cloak or something.
So, said this was passed without a trace.
Yes,
So is
you-
this just a flat stealth modifier for every stealth roll for the next hour? How does that work?
Let me look. Actually, let me just hit official spell description so everyone can look at it.
Trace.
Veil of shadows and silence radiates you, making you and your companions from detection.
Okay, no. So yeah, so you're each. I'll go ahead and take this roll that you guys, each of you rolled. I'll take this for your stealth roll to pass by these stone.
Oh, it also. Oh, we're also immune to magical tracking too. That was the other thing.
Pass by these statues. So Cyrus.
Except by magical means.
Yeah, it can't be attracted except by magical means. Okay.
Wait, does it say except?
Yes, it says
Yeah.
except by magical means.
Oh, except via magical means. All right.
Well, it seems like a pretty magical place. It's Disney World.
Man, yeah, boy.
I miss Disney World. I can't wait to go back in the next 5-10 years when
Last time.
Man.
just say
God, get boomers who get angry when people go to Disneyland when they don't have kids somehow.
I've only seen
Oh,
one
man.
person do that, and I'm still questioning the validity of that. Unless there's another post.
Yeah, but boomers.
True. I mean, I don't know why people are freaked out. My cousin and her husband go to Disney World all the time. They even got season passes 'cause they make an effort to go down there.
All right, well, you know,
Point is,
get as far as I can. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Cyrus is going to go first since he rolled first. And Cyrus, you said that you were going to attempt to cover up this goblet.
Yeah.
The cloak. All right. So you pass through this chamber, and it's tense, as Michelaro has been talking about these stone statues. You pass by, for lack of a better word, without a trace. Nothing seems to happen.
So I'm gonna wait just somebody else in the room and
I guess you'll make it to the
watch the
stairs, and
others.
then
Yeah, wait for the others.
I'll go next.
Already drawing my rapier just in case.
All right, so Mitolero, you're going to go next since you rolled next. And you particularly feel a lot of pressure going through this room. You're the first one who saw these statues, and you're the first one who noticed that they're brandishing these massive stone weapons. But they are unmoving, and seemingly they do not notice you, if they are even watching at all, if they're anything more than statues. You still don't know.
Alright. Just gonna signal to Norsko, like, come on.
Well, here we go, boys.
So, Norsko, you walk out into the chamber, and you're quite a bit less stealthy than the other two, and it's something that you're aware of.
He got a big sword.
Actually, hold on. Does your armor have a stealth modifier?
I don't think so.
I might have a negative stuff. Was it plate?
It's not
No.
plate. It's just
Leather,
very
technically.
chunky leather.
Okay, that's right. You're
You have the sandworm armor. I can't remember.
You said it was leather.
I activate my black anklet.
ooh,
Ah. Clever.
Clever.
Almost this entire room is shadows. The only light that is being cast is from the goblet inside of inside of Cyrus's cloak, and it is incredibly faint, and really it's already on the other side of the room. So using your black anklet, it takes you a few moments to navigate your way through the room, as you can't see while the black anklet is active. But using it, you are able to navigate through into the next chamber.
Sick.
That was clever.
That was
I forgot we had
pretty
all had
neat.
magical jewelry. No, I forgot you had it. I remember that I had basically a cell phone for earring.
The black anklet is from way back.
Oh yeah, it's probably back when I got
Yeah,
the
man.
earring. Or when I got the not the earring, it's a bracelet, I think.
Communicate with Dumbledore.
Whoever Albus, and he's an animal, so he responds via emotion. But you said with people, it's basically like a cell phone.
Mm.
As I remember, I had to have Cyrus wear it while he scouted out the embassy after everyone got murdered.
All right, so the three of you have managed to sneak past these two statues, which have not moved at all. If they are even aware, they haven't noticed your presence. So you're just going to return back down to this grid and place the goblet there.
Yep, let's everyone move your tokens back down.
All right, you're shredded into a million pieces by this buzzing saw.
Oh, we were moving too fast.
Oof.
Okay, so goblet in hand, Cyrus, you can clearly see the mount where it is intended to be placed. Do you put it there?
I do.
I'm just gonna put my hand on my bow. Not gonna pull it out. I'm just gonna put my hand on it, so that way if anything happens, I can pull it out quickly.
All right, Cyrus, as you gingerly place the goblet into its socket, there is a faint clicking sound, and you are disappointed as absolutely nothing else happens.
Well then.
All right. Well,
The goblet is still just emitting a very faint glow compared to the bright glow of the others. And the three of you, this prompts a just a glance at the room as a whole, and it brings you back to the three other goblets, and the three other goblets are filled with some sort of liquid you can see that is emitting the light.
Cast pour blood.
Oh man, we need blood.
And Norsco, you are the one who read the stone tablet, if you remember what it says. I DM'd you with it.
I think you told us, but I can't.
We used in the handout. Oh, not the translation though.
Here we are. Yeah, I don't read it. I can't read that. So
We need dragon blood.
let's see. What did he talk about?
Good thing Cyrus is well versed in etymology of dragon.
The blood of mortals is cheap. Pay with more precious sanguine. So we need to pay. I have a feeling we need to pay. We need to go back. And B, we need to go grab that vial of blood from Sumatra or whatever their name was.
That sounds vaguely dragony.
Semzoza.
So the first name is, it's on the genealogy.
Yeah,
It's
Semzoza.
Semzoza, yes.
Because he lived to be 118, allegedly, as opposed to everyone else who died out rather, well, semi-young.
Also,
Maybe
remember that 1484 is the current year.
Uh-huh.
Just putting that out there. All right. So we will pick that up in just a minute or so. We're going to take a short break, and I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to go back. So,
So
how do you guys feel that we're going to have to go back?
it's kind of annoying.
I mean, do you want to go? Like, obviously, we'll be right behind you.
Yeah.
Like, Bradley can hide in your shadow. Except you don't have a shadow because he took the goblet with you. And now we don't have said goblet. None of us have or have anything. So I guess, actually, me and Norska will wait by the stairs, and if anything happens, we'll move. But he said the blood of mortals is cheap. Bring the good shit. The dank kush. So, and the only thing that makes sense is the dude who lived for 118 years. Allegedly. Do you agree with this plan, Bradley? Assuming he's here. I don't think he's here.
Yeah, man.
Welcome back, lads.
So we agree that we're gonna go back. JC is going to sneak across the room, grab the precious sanguine, allegedly, that may or may not be Sam Zoza's blood. And Bradley and Arnoshko and I will be at the base of the stairs in case anything goes wrong. So, bring your token out, Bradley. Is Bradley still here? In a physical sense.
Bradley, are you still here?
Wake up.
Oh, we can wait.
We're gonna have to if he's asleep.
I don't think he's asleep. He's going to be up pretty late tonight.
Why is he going to be up early tonight?
Because his work schedule is crazy. He doesn't get home from work normally until like 1 a.m. 1 or 2. Bradley! Hey, he's probably in the bathroom.
I guess I'll take that as a cue to go take a leak and brush my teeth also.
Lol, he literally just got back.
What, boys?
That's hilarious.
Did Caleb just screw off?
Yes.
Nice.
I literally saw the icon in Discord around your name start going green as you were like picking up your headset, and at the exact same time, Caleb was like, "Oh, I guess I'll go take a leak."
Nice.
Well, we're not in a rush. Gonna go until 3 a.m., boys.
Oh, yeah.
That is incorrect.
Hmm?
That is not correct.
You were awake at like 5 a.m. yesterday, so...
And now I've just left Dark Souls 3 open, so...
The last time you sent me a message was 4:13 a.m. But no, I mean, we still... 11 o'clock is hours away, so... we're probably going to wrap up before then.
Approximately 2 hours away.
It's entire hours away. That's so many hours that I can't even do the math.
Yes. Well, on Friday and Saturday, I don't care. I can stay up later. But I went to bed like right after the message, so...
Are any of your online classes live? Do you have to tune into a live session?
Thankfully, no.
Good. I would hate that so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Bradley back?
Not me.
No.
He never left.
He was with us all along.
Get pranked.
Yeah. Get pranked, bruh.
I can't wait till Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. It's gonna be fun!
Where did that come from?
It's a random thought I was going to talk about, but then I got distracted. Alright, so JC goes across. He grabs
Distracted
the
by
blood.
urine.
Alright, Cyrus, so you nimbly enter the blood chamber. And it takes you just a few moments to identify the vial that says Simonza Atreides on it. And do you attempt to sneak back out of the room? And did you leave the goblet back in?
He rolled a 23.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
And
You rolled a
the-
33, I think, actually.
yeah.
Yes, because of the stealth check buff. He can still be tracked via magical means, though.
Alright, so Cyrus, you are just on the edge of the room. When you hear a grating noise, do you look over your shoulder and back into the room?
No,
You don't?
just gonna keep on.
Alright. As you continue to descend down the stairs, the noise stops. Then you don't hear anything else.
Well, I probably won't go in that room
That's
again.
Yeah, good thing we got it. Hopefully, this will work. Otherwise, we're screwed.
You'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know. Stone and arrows don't mix. I mean, you got a
How
great sword.
realistic do you want this campaign to be?
I don't know, actually. I don't remember. The only last time I remember from the last time we ran into stone statues that tried to kill us, we kind of just ran.
I have a crowbar. That might be something.
Alright, so we
It would
make our
probably
way
do something
back.
against crows.
Oh, yeah. Roll with advantage and take crows.
Make our way back.
Alright, oops, my bad, I meant to move the goblet down here earlier. Hmm?
I said,
He burped.
Alright, so you are back before the stone altar and the grid. You now have the vial of Samzona's blood. What do you do with it?
Pour it in there.
Alright, it takes a bit of effort actually to uncork the bottle. Roll strength.
I'm
Pour
going
it
to
under
examine
wet
the.
water.
I'm going to examine the other goblets just to check.
Oh, yeah, I'm a strong.
strong.
Alright, it takes a half a moment. You have to lodge the file under your elbow and pull with all your strength with your other arm. But you're able to decork it. And immediately you are confronted with a foul odor from the file.
It's probably very old blood.
The old
As you
points.
pour it into the goblet immediately begins to jump to life as a bright light similar to the other three illuminates. This is actually far brighter than the other three by the time that you finish pouring out the entire vial. And once you've done that, the other three begin to grow slightly brighter as well, and soon this red grid before you glows with a faint red light, and a faint deep hum starts to emanate from it.
Well, so we did it right.
I'm not a mage, so does anyone know what this is?
So I'm just gonna.
You're the closest thing to a mage we have.
Except Arcana requires intelligence, which is odd because there's only one mage that uses intelligence. Makes no sense. Why would Arcana be intelligence? It should be able to go off of Like, whatever.
Wizards
Really?
of the Coast.
Rant over. Makes no sense. Like, Arcana shouldn't be restricted to a single class. Ugh. Oh yeah, wait, no, the wizard isn't the only one who uses intelligence. It's now the artificer.
Artificer, but yes.
Whatever. Point is, what should I just roll Arcana? I'll do it.
Are you trying to discern what it is?
I mean, I'm the closest thing to a caster here. I don't know what it is. Is it doing anything other than just looking bright and hummy?
It is a glowing red. It is a grid on the floor, with some etchings on it that are, undiscernible to any of you. That is glowing red, and it is humming a deep hum.
I wish I could read.
Read what?
I don't know. This red.
Then what the heck are we talking about?
There's a red hue, or there's a red letters coming out of this red square thing, and
Oh.
I can't read it. And neither can Cyrus, and Ben made it sound like even you can't.
Can I tell what language it's written in?
No, it doesn't seem to be written in language.
Heck.
Well, what is it then? Should I?
You can't tell.
Wing ding.
You can, the three of you, any of you could attempt to decipher it or figure out what it is. It would take a roll, but just intuitively, none of you know what it is.
I would like to try and figure out what the heck it is.
I'm gonna make an Arcana roll just to see if those 2 hours I spent in that mage's college does anything. Nope. I figured.
What was the purpose in that roll?
Just to see if I could see what it is. Who goes there?
Oh, that's a
It's a
music,
music
bot.
bot.
Man, every time.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I'm the closest thing to a caster. I can't decipher that language, so I'm going to at least try to use what little magical knowledge I have to figure out what this is.
From the musical, sorry, not musical. From the magical knowledge that you know, these etchings appear to be magical in nature.
Yep. Alright, so I might as well just go on ahead and go on to helping Norse Code translate. Although, I'm going to just ask my owl to keep an eye out, make sure nothing sneaks up on us. I don't like this. So, yeah, Bradley, if you want to roll the attempt to translate, go for it.
I'm not sure I'm really translating anything. I'm just figuring out a riddle. Or a puzzle.
I know.
But yeah, I'll roll whatever I need to roll.
Because I don't know what to roll.
So, I mean, I would let you roll Arcana if you wanted. You could roll Investigation if you wanted. If you have something else that you're really proficient in that you can try to, sell me on, I'll let any of you guys roll.
The only thing I know I'm really good at, which would include investigation, would be perception, but perception is a wisdom thing, which is all like, oh, I know what street we're on, or I know what street's around the corner. Not like...
What about insight?
Yeah.
That's more for reading like people's faces.
Yeah, insight is for interpersonal interactions.
Gotcha.
Like if you believe someone who's lying, you can roll.
I don't
insight.
have insight, though.
I have insight.
But that requires a person.
I'll roll investigation, even though Arcana and investigation are the same thing, and I can't make an argument for anything else.
Is anybody trained in history?
No.
Nope.
Okay. That was worth a shot.
The one time we needed a freaking mage.
I think my next character is going to be a mage.
My next character
If
is
you want to give Thulgrim the big,
he's a,
you still haven't come up with a backstory.
Yeah, I like Fulgrim.
Yeah.
I already made a mage, so don't worry about it.
I wonder what Jimmy's gonna make.
Who knows? I haven't talked to him since that session.
Yeah, so I mean, you can tell, right? Yeah. I try and meet up with him sometime, help him create his character, or you can. You know,
I am
I
going to
find
be very
more
busy
lore
for
on the
that.
world than you probably can. So
I will not be able to do any assistance though. We are in the. All my pools are closing within the next week, starting tomorrow. So I am very happy that I get my weekends back soon.
all right, I guess I'll roll. What did Bradley roll? Investigation.
Yes.
I did investigation, yeah.
He failed. If he had advantage, it would have
Oh
been.
yeah, I did one better than you.
Hey.
Ugh.
Dang, our rolls kind of suck tonight.
Well, these are all intelligence. None of us are smart.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I have 13 intelligences.
I have 11.
Let's see.
I have 13.
Is there an analog to willpower in 5e?
What would willpower be?
Constitution.
Yes.
I guess
Yeah.
willpower is like mental constitution, though.
Intelligent. Or wisdom.
I guess just wisdom. Yeah. All right. So, Norsco, I need you to roll wisdom for me.
Can I roll perception?
No.
Dang
You need
it.
to do a wisdom check.
I'm actually trained in perception.
Me too.
Why is that worse?
Okay. So, Norsco,
We're going to die here.
this is something that you cannot resist. And it is coming from this black onyx gem that you picked up, and it's stashed in your pack. And you can feel its presence. But you feel now, even more than before, that you can't tell anyone that it's there. And I'll give you one more chance to resist physically with Constitution, but mentally you are having the strongest impulse to go and step on this grid.
I really, really don't want you to do that.
All right, well, you
can I
can
make
roll.
a Constitution save? Or is that just a different thing?
Uh,
It would be a save, I think. Right?
yeah,
It's
it would
just
be a save. You can roll a Constitution save.
Okay, cool. I would also like to expend my inspiration for a hopefully better roll.
Okay, whatever it is, the highest is, you take it.
About how what's period?
15.
I'll
Time
take
is
the 18.
over.
All right, so Norsco, you take a few steps forward, and your toe is just barely on the edge of this grid when your muscle memory just forces you to stop, and your brain is just screaming to step forward, but your body is telling you to stop. And so you're standing still right now. You're actually trembling because your body is just fighting against itself.
I would like to immediately take that piece of treasure I found and just toss it away.
You can't.
Damn it. Can I talk to either of my teammates?
Have any of us noticed this?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I believe that the two of you would notice Norsco walking in front of you and just sort of convulsing.
Alright, I'm going to.
Can I communicate with my teammates at all?
You can tell me what you're trying to say, and I'll tell you what you actually can't say.
I would like to tell them where the item of question is on my person and tell them to just immediately get rid of it.
Okay, so all the other members of the party here is back rid.
Back, type it out in the chat.
What do you say? Back grid? Back grid. Alright, I'm just gonna start turning out his pockets.
Where is it exactly on my person right now?
It is in your pack, your satchel,
Okay.
your
I'm just gonna
backpack,
start-
as it were.
I'm just gonna start, like I said, I'm gonna start turning out his
Back,
pockets.
back.
Satchel. Oh, what else can I use? Black? It was a black gem, right?
Yes, it's black onyx.
I think
Satchel, black, rid.
Satchel, black, rid. Roll wisdom again. Okay.
My rolls suck tonight.
Okay, so Cyrus and Miklar, you do hear satchel, black, and rid. Those three words. I will need the two of you, however, to roll wisdom as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby.
Okay, Mitolaro, you somehow can decipher that, and you manage to ruffle through Norsco's pack, and you find this black gem, and you grab it, and as soon as you do, I'm going to need you to roll Constitution, or I'm going to need you to roll Wisdom. Sorry.
Again?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I see this happening?
Yes, you do.
This
However,
would be a hard roll to make. I realize that, but as
Your
soon as I
roll
realize,
Well,
what?
like perception.
Yeah, but
You
no.
were not
Like,
under
I
any
realize.
perception.
This isn't Fox News, please don't know over me. Yeah, but when I realize, Umita grabs this gem and he seems to be acting in a similar manner to Norsco. How's he holding it?
well, he actually, and this is what I was going to say, with that roll of 20, he is actually able to drop the gem.
I didn't see the roll. Okay. I was going to try and knock it out of his hand if he didn't roll very well.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
So,
Like-
Mitolaro, you feel a convulsion, and your mind, just in a defensive reflex, drops the gem, and it falls onto the floor.
I didn't even get listening to that one lecture for 5 minutes would do something. Ugh. Alright. What is Norsco doing now that the gem is away from him?
Norsco is now doing whatever he wants to do.
Yay.
Alright,
Which
I'm
is
going to
your
slowly
law.
back him away from
I'm just
everything.
gonna back away from that pool.
I'm just gonna pat on the back and just
Or
say,
grid.
I told you so.
Sorry about that, guys. It just kind of felt like it belonged to me, you know?
I think that's the point.
Probably.
So, yeah.
I'm just kick that thing away before something else weird happens.
You
Where
touch,
you-
you got roll wisdom.
Norsco,
No, don't.
Norsco,
I would not touch that. Again,
no, he already said he was going to kick it. So,
about how far away did he?
Come on, it's through my shoe.
I
no,
backed him
no, no,
pretty
no,
far
no,
away.
no, no, no. Okay, okay. So, roll a straight up 1d20, please. Norsco.
Oof.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
So, here's what happens. And I segmented this in my head, and 1 through 5 was forward. 1 through 5 was forward, 6 through 10 was right, and then blah, 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 the cardinal directions. So, 1 through 5 was forward, right? Oops,
Sure.
I just deleted North
Oh
Carolina.
no, Norsco.
Let's go!
I told you so.
I'm very
So you're
confused.
dead. So, Norsco, you have kicked this onyx gem forward which has caused it to land on the red grid on the floor.
I don't think that would work.
And just a few moments after rolling onto the red grid,
I'm just gonna head slap.
it has disappeared.
Does anything else happen? Ben?
Hmm? What?
I said, does anything else happen?
So he kicks the he kicks the black onyx gem forward. It lands on the grid, and then it disappears.
Like it just vanishes?
It's illuminated briefly in a golden light, and then it's gone.
I think this might be a portal.
Maybe we should walk into it?
Hold on. Let me take a scented candle
I had the same idea.
and just plop it in there real quick, see what happens. I need to shut my door. I'm being way too fucking loud.
Gotta put those quarter in the switch.
Shut up. Not too loud. Alright, hold on.
Oh shit! I should get some app.
What happened
I'm on
after
the
I threw the scented candle?
Wikipedia page for Onyx apparently helps with epilepsy. Yeah. A traditional personal belief is that it helps with epilepsy.
I 100% knew that. No, I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't though, so.
Probably does not. Also, I mean, you should probably go to the Onyx Wikipedia page for the hip hop group. Onyx hip hop group. That's probably what's actually going to be helpful here.
So,
It's an American
That's
hardcore hip hop.
sarcasm.
South Jamaica, Queens, New York City, formed in 1988 by Fred Gross, Stars, Suave, also known as Sony Caesar, and the late Big DS, Sticky Fingers. Joined the group in 1991. They are best known for their 1993 platinum hit "Slam," which the Source magazine described as a song that introduced the art. Wow, come on, step up your game, Wikipedia. Grammar. The art of slam dancing into hip hop. The group has released 8 studio albums, 3 of which charted. Okay, I'm done.
That was a joke anyway. Alright, so do the three of you react to this?
I don't know what happened. I said I'd throw a scented candle in there to see what happens.
So the scented candle does the exact same thing.
I think it's a portal.
So I'm thinking this might be our only way out.
Well, if you have a better idea, I'm all ears.
I got nothing. Not right now, at least.
Well,
The only other ideas I have is where those creepy ass creatures are.
well, we can if we go in, we go together. Wherever we go, okay. If not, it's been an honor serving with you guys.
We ride
I'll miss
together, we
you.
die together.
Yep, ride or die.
Michelaro, roll perception, please.
Finally, something I'm trained in. Watch it be shitty. Boom.
Hey.
You hear something behind you.
Oh, I'm just gonna turn around.
Oh, for the
and
love of
just-
God.
I'm just gonna turn around and look at my owl and just say, "I told you to look out behind us." I'm just going to tell him, like, we're going through that portal.
As soon as you turn around, you see in the corner of your eye these 2 statues who've stopped moving.
Oh, they're boos.
So it looks like they're based on sight.
Oh yeah, they're boos from Mario, right? Yeah.
So are they basically like weeping angels?
That's
You just said they were like booze.
Yeah,
From
the
Mario.
bit from Mario.
You look
Ah.
at them and they stop. You look away and they come towards you.
All right, I'm going to ask my owl
They're
to
shy.
keep an eye on. All right, I'm going to ask my owl to just turn around and keep an eye on them, and also ask him. I asked you to look behind us. I love you. I love your adorable antics, but you had one job. So
They're pretty quiet.
true, but owls have good spotting. They have a spot buff. But all right, I didn't roll for spotting, so it's my own fault. So I was going to tell them we're going through there now, what like it or not. Wouldn't you guys agree?
I mean, sure, why not? Let's go.
All right,
I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah.
let's go. Yoink.
All right, so the three of you step onto the teleportation grid, and the destination you are unaware of. You are sure that it's going to send you somewhere, or at least you hope it's going to send you somewhere, but you don't know.
If we
And as the three of you begin to feel a tingling sensation, and you hear the sound of these stone golems marching towards you, as none of you are facing towards them at the
I
moment.
had my owl look at it.
Owl's not a person. I'm sorry.
All right.
Hashtag, I'm sorry. But
No.
owls.
Hashtag animals are not people.
But people are animals. Ooh.
Hey.
Hashtag, Katrina will be mad at me for saying that. The three of you experience an out-of-body sensation, and the three of you see vividly visions of your experiences so far, and all of you remember, the formative early moments of your life. And I want all three of you to roll wisdom once again for me, please.
Oh boy! Good thing I can re-roll on ones.
You've rolled a lot of ones lately.
Yeah, seriously. It's a good thing you're a halfling.
That's a good halfling. That is a really good halfling ability, I will say. Eventually, you're going to roll a double one, though.
That will happen.
Technically, statistically, yeah, that will happen. So, why'd you want us to roll wisdom, Ben?
Well, I'm sure if we give them the chance, we'll find out.
So, Cyrus, you have been with the Duke for the shortest amount of period out of the three of you. But you do remember on your special assignment in Tyrus, or do you actually, JC, do you actually remember your special assignment on Tyrus?
No, I assume it's in the recap.
Your special assignment on Tyrus was to get evidence.
Oh yeah.
It was to grab some evidence from the evidence locker in the guard station and destroy it. And you did it.
Did I also? I don't think I opened it, did I?
You did, actually.
Yeah.
You did open it, and that is why Cyrus went into hiding for several months. And that's when you played Severus, the Grand Inquisitor, during the Grand Master arc. Oh my goodness. That piece is 20 minutes long. I didn't expect it to run out. So that is when you were playing Severus. But you remember that feeling of suspicion because you looked at that those documents and they didn't seem right to you. Norsco and Mitolaro, but more especially Mitolaro, you've been working with the Duke and the Duke's organization for a long time. And throughout the past few years, you both have had very suspicious feelings. You've gotten the wrong vibe a few times. And this most recent letter from Duncan, and finding, all these strange items in this mausoleum, the fact that there are no bodies, the fact that there is this weird room that's filled with vials of blood, it is overwhelmingly confusing and strange to you, and you don't really know what to think. Your minds are filled with suspicion, but you're still somewhat confused. And it is just the three of you all experience that what is going on here sensation. And that's the exact same moment that you pop out of this location and you reappear somewhere else.
Which is where?
I have to zoom in a little bit because this map is not nearly as big, and by map I mean this picture is not nearly as big as the previous one.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So the three of you appear in a well-lit, seemingly well-kept library. And for lack of a better word, it's beautiful. And the amount of knowledge here, you gaze down the hallway and it seems to go on forever, is just incomprehensible. And as you glance, all three of you, without even trying, you can see the spines of these tomes, and they're in just an endless series of an endless array of languages, and there's some authors that you recognize, but there are countless that you don't, and they seem old and new and rare, and the artwork hanging on the walls and the sculptures are exquisite, and you're overcome with this sense of beauty and history. And if any of you step forward towards these well-lighted windows, you see just a bottomless library, hallway upon hallway below you, exactly like this one.
Are we in a pocket dimension? Wait, where's the onyx and the scented candle we threw in?
They both are just sitting on the floor before you.
Alright. What do you guys think we should do with this onyx thing?
I think we should leave it there.
Agreed. So, Norse go.
So I've got a dumb idea.
Go for it.
Let's say this is, for some reason, some magically endless library. What if we come back here, grab the onyx stone? It seemed to be trying to, take us somewhere. What if we just let it take one of us wherever it wants to take us, and then just follow?
That actually was one of my possible suggestions. But I didn't want to risk it. But if you think so, we will be right behind you. You
Do
are...
you have any problems with this, Iris? 'Cause I will volunteer to do it myself.
He is the chunkiest.
Alright, well, good luck. Hope you don't die.
I'll go ahead and take the stone back in my hand.
Alright, roll wisdom.
Get...
Oof.
Damn, dude, my RNG tonight.
He didn't sacrifice a small goat.
I don't think there's a goat in here.
As you're reaching out to grab it, you hear just a second too late a voice cry out. And you hear it say, "Stop!" But you've already grabbed it.
What
Alright,
happens?
can I try and smack it out of his hands?
Hold on one second. I think
It's gonna be sleight of hand. If you let me attempt. Oh my god.
Hello, Duncan.
Wow.
Hey, it's
so.
him.
You may attempt to slap it out of his hand, but the three of you see Duncan, and he's just charging down the hallway. It's the least graceful you've ever seen him move, but he is sprinting down towards you. All right, so Cyrus, you are able to. The instant you were already prepared, you were already suspecting something wasn't quite right with this gem and its influence over Norsco. So as soon as you heard those words "stop," you were able to smack it out of its hand, and it goes rolling back down on the carpet below your feet.
All right, I'm going to just take.
Man, every time that freaking
All right, I'm going to
it
take.
gets me.
Okay, I'm going to take
Give
the
me-
4 arrows and just put make a little box around it, like so that way we realize don't touch this. So, okay. Duncan.
Better roll even better because if I roll, but I got it. If I roll less than a 9, I think skills I'm trained in, I can take a 10.
What were we going to say, JC?
I mean, I've passed the check, but I could have done what? That.
Okay. So, just a few short moments after Cyrus knocks the onyx gem, the black onyx gem, out of Norsco's hand, Duncan appears before you, and he seems slightly out of breath. And he says, "My friends, I knew that you would make it. Although I fear that you are now in more danger than you have ever been."
Well, it was either this or the 2 giant statues that were trying to kill us.
He smiles when you say that, Michelaro, and says, "I think that you would have had no difficulty with them, but the enemies you face before you now may be the death of you yet. They may be the death of me. After all these centuries."
So did we previously know that he was centuries old?
It was implied. He did know that, or he was aware of an old family friend of mine who I didn't know was a family friend, that she made it look like she's in her 40s, but she was like probably 20 times older than that.
Yes, you did know that Duncan was very, very old, because he's the one who helped you identify Norsco's sword, the elements of Norsco's sword, the Dragon's Bane. And both he and what was her name? Kynes. Her name was Kynes.
Yes, guys.
I knew her name was. I was just testing the three of you. Both he and she knew that it was the sword of the first emperor Gaius Marius, which was thousands of years ago. And that doesn't necessarily mean that he's thousands of years old, but there's an implication there that he is quite old.
All right, Duncan. So where are we?
Ah. Well. And he breathes in and he exhales slowly. He says, I would have thought that you'd figured it out by now. But you are beneath the royal palace.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we'll pause.
Yes. We were talking to Duncan. He says we're in the underneath the royal palace, and probably in the royal library. And that's where JC had to go do something.
So he said, yes, that you were under the Imperial Palace. And that's the last thing he said before JC had to leave for a moment. Do any of you have a response to that?
I'm going to ask him, so why was the crypt of...
I'm gonna
What was
stop.
the crypt called again?
Beat them. I would say they're prying eyes, maybe prying eyes and ears around.
Fair point.
Considering what we've learned, we should probably be
That
in
is fair.
somewhere a bit more private.
Duncan, do you know where it's safe? Also, quick question. What is with this gem?
That gem belongs to the Duke. And the Duke belongs to that gem. It will do anything to return to him. Which, in this moment, would be particularly bad. As for somewhere safe to speak, nowhere in this city.
Well,
I was never fond of it.
we can't leave this lying around. Someone will eventually run into it, and they will eventually take it to the Duke, and bad things will happen.
Well,
So, Duncan, after you say that, Duncan reaches and he picks up the gem and he just throws it out the window.
is it like onto the streets or something?
No, let me illustrate it real quick.
Are we like
Is it like a large
in an bottomless pit of books?
So this, oh wait, I think I'm on the wrong layer. Oops, on the wrong layer. Let me get back on the right layer. Alright, so this is kind of the structure of where you are right now, and you are like right here, right? So you're on this square chamber of books. And these windows that are beside you right here, when you peer down them, you can see below you in this area just practically an infinite layer or infinite levels of below you that go on. You just cannot see below you. So when Duncan tosses the gem outside this closest window to you, it falls and you don't ever hear it hit the bottom.
Well, that's one way how to fix things. So, how do you propose we leave the city?
Oh no! Where is it? This is embarrassing.
I swear this doesn't happen to me often.
There we go.
Path of wisdom, indeed.
Whoops. Boop.
There we go.
Sorry, Path of Wisdom. I don't want to credit you. By immersion! Duncan says, if you want to leave the city, that is your choice. However, if you would like to resolve the situation, then you cannot leave the city.
And what exactly is it that we're resolving?
Resolving the situation is stopping the Duke.
From
Well, oh yes. I have a feeling that even if we do leave the situation alone, we just call it quits, he'll hunt us down and kill us because we probably know too much. So, how are we going to go about stopping it?
You say that you finish that statement and you finish and Cyrus finishes what he was saying, of course. And that is when you hear voices above you. And they are quite loud, and they echo down to you. You can't quite hear what they're saying, however. And that, once that happens, Duncan says to you, I believe that you should hear what they have to say. Perhaps that will shed some light on the situation.
So, do I need a roll perception or?
Or should we just shut up and listen?
He says, follow me.
Alright, well, follow him.
Following him?
And he leads you up this stairway.
It's a magical stairway.
It is indeed a magical stairway. And as you ascend up the stairway, you begin to hear voices more clearly. And you recognize many of them. In many of them you don't. It's a loud din. It's a clamor of voices and arguments. But the closer you get, the more clearly you can hear it. And Duncan leads you up a series of stairwells and a series of passages, and eventually you are on a balcony that is shielded from view, but gives you a almost clear view of an ancient courtroom. And it is in disrepair. It isn't like the library, which is immaculate. It is deeper down, far deeper down than the library. Hold on. My headphones are freaking out. What the heck? This is the absolute wrong moment. Here we go. It is far deeper and lower than the library where you eventually end up. Okay. Here we go.
That's Kynes. That's the Duke. There's Baron Eldenflower. I do not recognize these other two.
So this is River. Here.
River?
Yes, that's River.
No.
And that is Lord Beauregard. This right here is Lord Beauregard, who was in Tyrus, if you recall.
Okay. So,
Ah.
I recognize this. There's
And-
gonna be a giant demon now.
What did you say?
I recognize that music is from Bloodborne. Part of it. No, like,
Sorry.
not from a-
I don't want to
Right
be.
here.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
it's from Mozart's Requiem.
That's what.
It is the Lacrimosa.
Ludwig's theme sounds very similar to it. At least the opening notes. Now Lord Beauregard, Kynes, the Duke, Baron Eldenflower, and River are all in a courtroom shouting at each other, but we don't know what.
They are all speaking, and the Duke Atreides, seems to be in the position of power, and he says,
My friends, my countrymen, we have before us a most grave situation. The new emperor of the land is not who he seems.
and after he speaks, you hear Baron Elderflower, and as you look at him, the three of you look at him, he seems quite different from the last you saw. He is scarred and slightly deformed. And it is a challenging sight to see this powerful figure so consumed by flame. But he is wearing far more humble clothes, and his ashen face is cast down, but he seems as filled with pride and with ambition as before. And he states, "Ha! Duke, you say so merely because of your envy, your endless ambition and jealousy. That is what blinds you." The Duke retorts,
No. No, you fool. Something that all of us Ravenscales agree upon is that no one, no mortal, is worthy of eternal life. Especially no one who was in power above us. Our new emperor, I have good reason to believe his years will last far beyond those of a normal man. Belrose, who was formerly in my employ, is a lich.
and after he says this, there is a clamor, not just from those below on the lower part of the court, but above him in the rafters. there are countless figures dressed in noble garb, wearing masks who you cannot recognize, who begin speaking, and there is a clamoring as they speak and as they argue with one another. But the Duke speaks once again, and he says,
Silence. There must be silence in the court of ravens as we contemplate.
and immediately after he speaks, there is an uncanny silence. The three of you feel almost exposed in your position because it is so quiet. And you can see those sitting in the rafters uncomfortable. And you can see Kynes and Baron Elderflower and River and Lord Beauregard from Tyrus, all under a profuse amount of pressure, and they all seem to be sweating. Duke Atreides is the only one who seems somewhat calm, but you can detect a degree of irritation from him. And after a few more minutes of silence, he speaks up again and he says,
We must do something. Just as we prevented the previous emperor from grasping towards eternal life, we must depose Belrose from the throne. No mortal is justified in an eternal rule.
Kynes speaks next, and she says, "And what shall we do, your lordship? What shall you suggest? Shall we kill another emperor?" And the Duke pauses just for a moment. And there is almost silence. There's a quiet murmuring in the rafters. But after a brief hesitation, he says,
Yes.
And that, my friends, is where we will end this current session.
Dude, it's just starting to get good. Also, how's Baron? We know Baron Elderflower's now alive, but how on earth did it look like he went through a furnace?
His mansion was literally set on fire.
I don't remember doing that.
It wasn't done by the party, but it did happen.
Huh.
Man,
Which is the worst ending, never link with fire.
Come on.
Have you linked fire?
Nah.
Okay.
I only did it once for the achievement.
Let's get this dark party started. Woo!
Oh yeah.
I love to stay in chat, but I have to do work. Everyone, I see a bunch of memes online like, "Oh no, when Monday is tomorrow." I'm like,
Ah.
I am not. I work every day, so why should I care?
It's every day, bro.
It's every day, bro.
For at least another week, yes. I will not know more until Tuesday when there's a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But if any of you guys ever want to join me on Monster Hunter, I will I have a pretty good support build that will keep you alive.
Mm. Oh yeah, I should fire it up again. We'll see what happens.
But not tonight.
Not tonight. Wrapping it up. Great session, everybody. And I look forward to the next one. Good role play, good puzzle solving. And this was really fun. So, GG.
Oh man, this guy's something though. I don't want to kill River or Kynes.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's going on with anybody here. It's still a mystery. But it's one you will figure out. Maybe
Next week.
Next time on
next
Game Grumps.
session.
I am ready whenever.